All right. Can everybody see that okay? Awesome. So yeah, as she said, I'm Anna. I'm an occupational therapist by background, but now practice as an assistive tech specialist for Illinois Assistive Technology Program. We are located in Springfield. So today I'm going to kind of do rapid fire presentation of our programs. We do have a lot of programs, so this is going to be kind of bird's eye view. And then at the end of the presentation, I do have my email address. So if there are questions about any of this or how to access a specific program that you weren't really sure about, just shoot me an email or give us a call at the office. So who we are, we're a statewide nonprofit agency, and we implement the AT Act. So that's a federal grant or a federal act, basically, that is designed to push assistive technology into the general public spaces. So we promote the availability of assistive technology devices and services for people with disabilities and other health conditions. We serve everybody in the state of Illinois, their families, service providers, state agencies, private industry educators, and other interested individuals, regardless of age or income. The point of that is there is no, it doesn't matter how much you make. There isn't an on-ramp per se of, there's not a qualification that you have to have in order to be served by some of our programs. In some way or another, through our programs, we can serve anyone living in the state of Illinois. So these are some of our AT activities. This is, again, from that federal AT Act. And we'll go into most of these in a little bit more depth, but the demonstration center, our device loan program, our reuse program, we have some state financing activities that we do. We provide any trainings, technical assistance with assistive technology. We just do general information and assistance. We have IEP and assistive technology support. And then we obviously do public awareness and outreach, kind of like we're doing here tonight. And then we do have some what we call leveraged funding programs that we do primarily with the state of Illinois. So we have a program with the State Board of Education, vocational rehab, and home services program, work incentives, planning and assistance. We'll get into that a little while later. We have a newer program called the Illinois Care Connections program that we do with the Department of Aging. And then we do house something called CATATA, so the Center for Assistive Technology Act and Data Assistance. It's basically a way that we're trying to connect every state has an AT program. And so we try to connect all of those AT departments with data. I'm going to kind of skip through some of this. Some of this information is just going to be here so that if you want these slides later, you can kind of go back and get some additional information. But hopefully you all kind of know what assistive technology devices are. For our purposes tonight, it's just any piece of equipment that can help improve your functional capability. And then the services, assistive technology services, are what we try to help with the selection and acquisition and use of those AT devices. So we have a big demonstration center. It's obviously located in our building in Springfield. It is huge. We're in an old subacute hospital, and the whole first floor is our demonstration center for the most part. So it is very large. We have thousands of products. And the point of that is for you to be able to come and put your hands on various assistive technology. You can actually feel it, see what it looks like. We have specialists that work in that demonstration center that know every spec and every program that's in there, and they can tell you all about it. They know the costs. They know as soon as it goes off the market, they know about it and they can pull that device. So they're really great about it. And then we also have experts in the building on various things, like we have occupational therapists like myself that can come down and kind of help pair people based on what they're experiencing or their disability. Oh, goodness, sorry. My background lights kind of went off there. Sorry. Um, um, so yeah, we have that. We have some speech therapists that can come down and help with communication systems. We have a physical therapist. We have additional assistive technology specialists in kind of all different areas. So we have lots of different experts that are available to help. Like I said, we are located in Springfield. However, we always say if you can't come to us, we can bring it to you. So we will pack up as much as we can. If you have specific devices in mind that you say, I'd really love to see what that looks like, we can bring it to you and try it out with you, or try a few different types of something out to see what you like. And these are kind of all the categories of assistive tech that we keep in that demonstration center. So here's just some examples of some vision devices. We have lots of sensory and developmental items. So lots of different items. Like I said, thousands of pieces of equipment there. So then we have our device loan program, and basically you can check out devices from Device Loan and keep them for 6 weeks free of cost. Decide if you like it. It's to help you make an informed decision about a product, right? Because I think we've probably all had that experience where we see something, and back in my day, it was infomercials, right? You saw something on an infomercial and you're like, this is going to change my life. Yes, I do need that rotisserie chicken maker in my kitchen, right? Or whatever it is. You order it, you get it, and you're like, this is fine, but it is not what I wanted, right? Or this thing's a hunk of junk. I can't believe I just spent $100 on this, or whatever. That same thing is happening in assistive tech, right? So we want to provide you real life experience with those tools that you may have to invest money in because insurance doesn't pay for all of this equipment. So again, we're here to make informed decisions with that. It can also serve as a backup while you're waiting for repair. So AAC devices are something that we often see with that. My AAC device went down, and I need that backup while it's at the vendor, and it might be 12 weeks or whatever. You can kind of get something from us for a backup during that time. And then also therapists use it to conduct evaluations. So we have like a bunch of switches that you can do switch evaluations and see what works for different customers for different access to computers or to toys or whatever that looks like. And again, available to anyone in Illinois free of cost. We can ship items to you. You can pick them up in our office, whatever that looks like. And then you can go on our website right there and click try a device, and you can look through our inventory at everything that's in there. I always say that it's not Google. We don't have Google level search. So if there's something that you think we probably have and you can't find it, sometimes you have to have the exact right name for it to come up. So if you can't find it, call us. We might know how to how to get there. And then we have our AT reuse. So this is essentially like a big community care closet. So we provide new and pre-owned equipment, assistive technology, durable medical equipment. So everything from walkers and wheelchairs to bath benches to AAC devices, vision devices, desktop CCTVs, sock aids. I mean, everything in between, and you can keep those for as long as they're needed. And then if and when there ever comes a time that you're either not using that equipment or it is just not serving you in some way, you call us, we'll come get it from you, or you can ship it back to us. We also accept gently used equipment for donation. So earlier we were talking about some people in the group that had donated wheelchairs to some organizations up there. We accept everything except, honestly, motorized wheelchairs and scooters for the most part. And that's just because the batteries and the maintenance, sometimes it sits in our building too long and we can't connect it to the right people. So there's other organizations that kind of specialize in that. And it sounds like there's some resources in that group if you ever have that. But anything else, we will accept any other donations. We accept it in our building, or we can come pick it up from you. And all donated items are properly sanitized prior to giving that out. And then we have some state financing programs. So the first one is the Smart Home Technology Program. So to access this specific program and get the equipment, you do have to have a DRS or a Department of Rehab Services case. But our team is there to serve in other ways. So they might still be able to troubleshoot with you or just talk through and demonstrate different devices to see what would fit for you in your home, even if you don't have a DRS case. But we have
Can I ask a quick question? Could you go
um
back? Could you go back one slide? Because this is the one that I was kind of interested in. I just wanted to see the slide real quick.
yep.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Got it.
Thank you.
There you go. This one?
That one too. Go ahead.
Okay. So the smart home technology, sorry, what were you talking about reuse or was it this one that you were wanting to see, Irene? Sorry.
Oh, so
Financing.
all of this, we have a DRS case and my
Oh,
son has partial paralysis, and
gotcha.
one of our independence goals is cooking for him. So this is all
Gotcha.
really
We are going to go through all three of those programs
okay.
individually. Yep.
Okay. All right, thanks.
So the smart home technology, like I said, they can kind of work with you even without a DRS case, but they will do evaluations and decide what equipment works for an user to promote independence in their home. So things like smart light bulbs, maybe a Ring doorbell for safety, or if they are unable to answer the door. Just different smart home technologies, voice activated systems, touch activated systems, those kind of things. And then again, if they're eligible for the program, we are able to provide that equipment free of cost for the most part. So some of our smart home technology here, again, in our demo center, we have a huge smart home area and where everything is voice activated. So you can see here our kitchen, everything from the oven, microwave, air fryer, coffee pot, the refrigerator, even the sink faucet, they're all smart technology and voice activated. And then there's a living room set up, and then we have different smart light bulbs that you can see. We hook it up to a doorbell. So there's all kinds of functionality kind of wrapped up into that. And then we have our tech kitchen program. Same as the smart home program, you do have to have a DRS case to access this program fully. But we can also do kitchen demonstrations with you and just show you equipment. We can talk through possible AT solutions with you even without that DRS case. But we do have a large kitchen classroom that shows all of the accessibility features that might make it easier. But then we also can do, and we can do classes here in our facility, or we can bring it on the road and come see you if it's not possible for you to travel to our facility. We can do it in the home. And these are just some of the kitchen products that we often use. So we have like an egg cracker there that you can see that we use often, induction cooking, measuring, different types of measuring. So in this program, we have a chef, and we often pair a chef and an occupational therapist. So we kind of come at it from two directions. The OT is kind of looking at the environment and kind of matching the technology to the person. And then that chef is really working on the cooking skills of it, and recipes that are going to work for them. That she works on nutrition, budgeting, meal planning, all of that stuff. So it's a really cool kind of comprehensive program. And then the IATP Makers program, that is through state funding, but you do not have to have a DRS case to access this program. It is open to anyone in the state of Illinois again. But it fabricates through 3D printing, pressure forming, and laser cutting. They have lots of different big pieces of equipment. We have an engineer that works in the program along with OTs. We have I don't know an artist who like works on the design and aesthetics of pieces because that does matter in assistive technology. So we have lots of different people on that team, and they specialty make and design different pieces of assistive technology or modify existing technology for specific people. And you can just go on our website and make a request for that. And this is just some examples of items that they've created. So everything from they create tactile maps of bike paths for blind individuals because they go out on the bike paths for different races and things in Springfield. So they've created some maps so people know where they're gonna go when they're out with their riding partners. We have riding guides. We have seatbelt releases. We modify everything. They modify specialty like prosthetics, basically prosthetic arms for specific functions. Like we have one kiddo that really wanted to be able to carry his own lunch tray. So they made a special prosthetic that was fit to him just for that function. So those are some of the tools that they use to make all of those things, but it's a very cool program, and it's free of cost again. We do not sell any equipment. We don't accept any form of payment for anything that we do. So if you do need to buy equipment and you're not eligible to get it through another program, we would help you find where to buy that. And then we have this is the main grant that I work on, the State Board of Education Assistive Technology and AAC evaluations. AAC stands for Augmentative and Alternative Communication. So, using a device, whether it's low tech pictures or high tech iPad apps and dedicated devices for communication. So, the evaluations are available at no cost to the schools. And they're available for any student age 3 to 22 that lives in the state of Illinois that has a 504 plan or an IEP in place. And then we recommend those products, and then they can get those products from us from Device Loan for 6 weeks, trial them. With AAC, it's a very specific kind of regimented program as to how you get funding for an AAC device. So we kind of set you up with all of the necessary pieces for that so that they can get that funded. And then if there's any training that needs to happen on a new device, we can always come back out to the school and do training for staff, for parents that want to work on it at home with their students, for the students themselves. We do trainings for whole departments or whole schools sometimes on a specific product that might be beneficial for a larger number of people. So lots of training available. And then we too also have some IEP and 504 plan advocacy that happens. We have an advocate that works for us, an educational liaison that can come to your 504 plan or IEP meetings. But she also does a lot of like parent coaching and helping you advocate for your student in the future, and just kind of helping everybody be set up for success there. And that is specific to assistive technology, but you know how that goes. And then we have a vocational rehab evaluation and fast track program. So again, you would have to have a Department of Rehab Services, DRS case, specifically a vocational rehab case, to access this specific evaluation. But then and that focuses on employment and independent living needs of people. So vocational rehab is open to those with disabilities that are seeking higher education, seeking employment, or maintaining employment. And so we help provide or evaluate for what assistive technology would help support them in those various roles. And then again, if they're eligible, they have this evaluation, we can provide that equipment right off the shelf through our fast track program, or it's called open-ended loan program. And that's at a cost savings to the state because we buy in bulk, we keep it on the shelf, and then we can provide that in a really timely manner for the most part. And then we can also specialty order equipment. And then we follow up with those customers to make sure that the assistive technology is still meeting their needs. And we do have a work assistives and planning assistance program. WIPA is what we call it. They do a lot, but essentially it boils down to they work with individuals that are getting Social Security or SSDI money. And if those individuals want to work, they help work with incentive programs and let you know what incentive programs are out there. The big myth is that once you start working and you have SSI money, that your salary is just coming right out of your SSI money. You're just decreasing that money. And without any assistance, incentives programs, that can be true. So they help set you up with that. They also do a whole lot of advocacy for, I don't know if you guys have seen the Fair Pay Act that has been passed in the House. I always get them confused. I think it's been passed by the House. That basically, that was a huge incentive from us that they were working with the state and with lawmakers to advocate for fair pay for all, because we were seeing a lot of structured workshops that were not paying minimum wage. And so we are changing that. So they do a lot of really great advocacy work in that area as well. And this is open to anyone between the ages of 14 and retirement that's receiving SSI or SSDI money. And then we have this Illinois Care Connections. This is through the Department of Aging. It started in 2020 with us providing tablets to decrease social isolation of seniors in Illinois. And we gradually increased it to include some durable medical equipment. And now we're providing all kinds of different assistive technology and durable medical equipment. The OTs work in that program as well. And so We can actually go out to the senior's home and assess for kind of their home environment, what might they need, kind of fit them for different equipment, and then provide that equipment as well. And then we can do follow-up trainings or whatever else needs to happen. And then some other things that we provide, like kind of we talked about already, is we do provide trainings. If there was a specific topic that somebody wanted to go over, we could always provide a training, however long that might need, based on a specific topic. Presentations the same way. We can bring devices to places and do presentations based on specific devices. We offer tours, obviously, so you can come into the demonstration center or other programs and just see what is all there. And then we do provide professional development for all AT topics. So if you have a therapist in your life and their group wants some professional development from us, or neurosurgery group or anything like that, if they want specific professional development, we can develop those with them. Okay, that was as fast as I could go, and I still went over. I'm sorry. Do we have any questions?